Hey there, Blessed Mama. We are here to help you, the working mom, manage your personal and professional life without losing your mind. This is a podcast for you. I'm Blair Critch, and I went from a teacher to a stay-at-home to a 7-figure online business owner. And listen, that didn't happen overnight. It happened after we actually hit rock bottom. Bankruptcy that shook us. Then to find out my husband had an addiction problem, I decided that day I would grow and learn how to build a flexible business of freedom. Now today, I'm passionate about teaching other women the exact same thing through systems and strategies full of faith, fun, and drive.
What is up? I am Kelly Hoover, retired corporate pharmaceutical rep to network marketing millionaire and small business owner. After recovering from a brain tumor, I knew I wanted to go after my dreams and make life happen. You know, quit waiting around for the perfect time. So I learned social media and how to master my time, and then the magic really started happening. If you are looking to create connections and own your time management skills, then this is the place for you. Let's do it.
Welcome back to Blessed Mama Bosses podcast. We are so excited you're back. This is episode number 3. What are your buckets? Like social media buckets. So don't worry, we're going to get to that. But you know what's first? K and B real talk. And I get to ask the question today. You ready, Kelly?
Yes, I am.
All right. Do you hide from your family sometimes?
Yes. What kind of question is that? Of course I hide from my family all the time, actually. So where do I hide from them? Hidden definitely in the closet.
Yes. Good spot.
Right? Good spot. I find that I hide from my kids mostly when I'm doing some work and maybe on a validation call with the health and wellness brand that I represent, being able to share my story. I need to be quiet. I need to be laser focused on what I'm doing. So I will hide there. Oh, another time I hide is when I am pulling in the driveway from coming somewhere. Listen, I know everybody else does this too. You know what I'm talking about. And I hide in my car to listen to that one last tune of music or to scream and sing at the top of my lungs or just to get some alone time, right? And funny, yesterday I actually got busted by my 10-year-old hiding in the garage doing Instagram stories. So yeah, I'm a big hider. What about you?
That is so funny. Well, I definitely would say my husband does the same thing as you. He hides in his car in the driveway. We've caught on to that. But for me, this is a little TMI, but I swear now I have a bladder problem. Yes, I'm in my 40s, hashtag 40-year-old woman problem. But I'm like having to retrain my bladder because I used to always hide in the bathroom. So I just like pretend like I was going to the bathroom all the time. And then like I would just go. And I actually go to the bathroom way too much. So I'm having to retrain my bladder because I hid from my kids too much. I got to find new places. It's actually why there's a little bit on purpose why I asked you that question, because now I have some good new hiding places.
Yes, you do. Not in the bathroom. Although the bathroom with the shower on is another really good.
That's good, because a 16 and 14-year-old boy will not bother you in the shower.
That is right. That is right. Yes. So we are excited, you guys. If you have a good hiding spot and you hide from your family, we want to hear from you. Screenshot this episode of Blessed Mama Bosses podcast and tag us on Instagram or Facebook. We will shout you out. We want to know where you are hiding, because you know what? Maybe you'll give us some ideas. So let's get it kicked off. So we are chatting today all about your buckets on social media. So this episode number 3, is really talking to the person who is building a business online. And you may be thinking, what are you talking about with social media buckets? But don't worry, we're going to get into the nitty gritty, and you're really going to be able to walk away with some good information, some good content that you can apply to building your business online. So first question I want to ask you is, who are you on social media? Who do you show up as? If you were to go take a peek at your social media, what is on there? Can people tell who you are? And I don't mean your company or a product or a home you're selling or your brick and mortar business. I'm talking about you, the mom, the wife, the daughter, the business owner, the entrepreneur, the boss babe, however you classify yourself. Who are you and how do you show up? Do you have themes that you are using to post? And yes, I am talking about a strategy for your social media. And that's okay if you're like, no, I don't, because we're going to give you some tips in just a few minutes about how to really apply this and learn this. But what are those things? And really, to go any further, you need to know why this is important and why showing up in an authentic way to you is important for your business. First off, people want to work with people that they like, that are true to themselves. So if I'm looking on Blair's social media, she's going to show up in a little bit of a different way than I am. She has boys. She lives in a different part of the United States than I do. We have different things that we have interest in. We have a lot of the similarities, so we will have some things the same, but don't model yourself after someone else. You have to be truly, authentically you. I mean, be real. And so we're talking about you as a person, as your brand. Who is that? And listen, Blair and I both have made a ton of mistakes on social media. And it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It just matters how you show up moving forward.
So true. All I could think when Kelly was saying that is like, be you, boo. You do you, boo.
You do you, boo.
So listen, have I made mistakes on social media? Of course. And when I even think back, like you guys, you could scroll on my Facebook. You could go find me from like 2000, probably 4, all the way through, especially 2008 to probably 2012. It was all about the product, right? It was either like, buy this, show up to this call, show up to this event, buy this is on sale, or it was all about my kids. Like those are the only two things, right? And honestly, it was really selfish. It was all about me. And once I learned, it was a lot of it I learned actually from Kelly. Once I learned that it was really about defining my brand and not showing up as the product, letting people fall in love with me first, and then they would want to either buy from me or join my team or be a part of what I was doing. Once I really learned that and mastered that, it completely changed how I showed up on social media, because now I want to show up with a message. I want to show up with my brand. I want to speak to my ideal client. Now, if you're like, I have no idea who my ideal client is, then you definitely are going to want to figure that out, because you want to know who you're speaking to. Who is that perfect person for you that would buy your product, your service, or your opportunity, or want to join you in your business, right? You want them to want, need, and desire whatever it is that you're putting out there. You want to attract that person. So you want to be speaking to them, but you also want to be authentically who you are. So now when you look at my social media, you can see more about me, more about the person who I'm talking to. Hopefully, if you're listening to this and you see my social media, you're like, yeah, I really relate to her. I get what she's talking about, because that's what I'm trying to portray when I'm on social media now. I'm trying to speak to that ideal client, that ideal person that I really want to share my product, my service, or my opportunity with.
Yes, I agree so much. And so how do you define who that is? The first step is really define who you are as a person. What are the things that come very naturally to you? What is something that you get up and you automatically think about? So for example, I love motivation. I love to motivate myself. I love to motivate others. And it could be through quotes. It could be through mindset, whatever it is. But I know that that is something that comes very naturally to me. And I love it and I need it every single day. Other people, I know why, because I have asked that they like receiving that sort of content from me. When I post something about positivity or about motivation, I see the engagement. So that is one way you can figure out who you are. How can you show up is think about the posts that you make that get little to no engagement. And then think about the posts that you get that you have a ton more likes, or you have a lot of people commenting or messaging you saying, thank you for posting that. Thank you for sharing that. That is how you know what your audience wants to read about. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you. Number one is figure out what those buckets are. What are they for you as a person? And then you may be thinking, it's really hard to define myself in 4 buckets. How do I do that? Well, listen, each individual bucket has small subcategories, maybe 2 to 4 little buckets underneath it that feeds it up. So I'm going to go back to the example of motivation. Really, truly, one of my buckets is being your best every single day, regardless of your situation. That is the bucket. The sub buckets, the categories underneath, could be quotes, could be a story that I share, could be something maybe overcoming, something inspirational, or someone else's story of how they have overcome. But it is truly to motivate you. But there's several different ways that you can do it. So this example can be used truly for anyone, any of those buckets. And here is the cool thing. Imagine if you have 4 buckets. Remember, that is who you are. You have those 4 buckets, and under each bucket, you have 3 different sub buckets. I'm not good at math, but 4 times 3, that's 12. 12, right? Yeah, 12. There we go. So 12, you have 12 different things to post about. That is good quality content that you are serving other people. And if you times that by 2, there we go with the math again, but you almost have a full month of social media content to talk about that is relevant and that is showing up as you. Now, you may be thinking, Kelly, Blair, what is the purpose of having these buckets this way? And if you are building a business online, it's going to create consistency. Someone's going to feel like they know who you are before they ever meet you. They're going to feel connected to you, and they're going to come to your inbox. Guess what? When you talk to them about your service, your business, your product, your opportunity, their guard is going to feel a little bit more trusted. They're going to trust you a little bit more because you have been showing up as your authentic self, sharing more about your life. And it's so important to be that way when you are building a brand online.
So true. I love that. And it's so great. And I know, like, one of the questions that I always have when we talk about buckets is, how does that relate to like Instagram highlight?
Yes. Great question. So if you're using Instagram or Facebook to build a business, you have highlights, right? Within your stories. Stories are what stay on your feed for 24 hours. Well, you can save them to the highlights. And it's basically like who you are. Highlight reel, right? So specific things. So these are exactly the way that you can identify your bucket, is talking just specifically about the highlights.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, we would love for you to come and join our community and get even more of these kind of ideas. I hope that you today got something that you can take action on. Go write out, what are those 3 to 5 buckets? Write them out, share them with us. We would love to know them. Again, like we said earlier, screenshot this episode and tag us on social media. You can find us on Instagram at blessedmamabosses_, or you can find us on Facebook at Blessed Mama Bosses. And we'd love for you to join our free community. We'd love to see you inside of there, and that you could be a part of this amazing community of other women who are growing and learning every single day to show up the best. Hey, listen, if you found value in this today, share it with somebody else, because we truly do believe that moms can have it all, and we want you to help us get that message out. So have a great day and make it a great day for others.
Also, you guys, don't forget to leave us a comment and a review, because we are loving showing up here on Blessed Mama Bosses podcast. So we would love to receive a 5-star review and a comment, a little bit more about you. So we will see you next time. Take care. We hope you enjoyed this episode and want to hang out more with Blair and I. Join us inside our Facebook community, www.blessedmamabossesgroup.com. We'll see you there.